Welcome to Soul Heart Intuitive and our Akashic Astrology monthly forecast. This is a space where intuitive astrology meets soul remembrance, where the wisdom of the skies connects with a deeper truth already living within you. I'm Sarah from Soul Heart Intuitive Coaching, and each month we step back and look at the bigger energetic picture, what's unfolding, what's shifting, and what you're being guided to build. Alongside me, Chris-Anne of Elemental Energies with Chris-Anne opens the Akashic Records, bringing through guidance for what's shifting beneath the surface so you can move with awareness, not urgency. Each episode is an invitation to slow down, to listen more deeply, and to reconnect with the direction your soul is already guiding you toward. So take a breath, settle in, and let's begin.
Hello and welcome to Akashic Astrology. I'm Chris-Anne and I'm joined by Sarah, and we are going to be doing the weekly metaphysical predictions for the month of July of 2026. Sarah's going to be giving us the astrology for this month, so take it away, Sarah.
All right. Hi, beautiful souls. July isn't here to rush you toward the future. It's here to help you trust where life is leading you. This is a month of releasing what no longer fits, opening to new possibilities, and allowing your next chapter to emerge naturally. What once felt certain may begin to shift. What you've been holding on to may ask to be released. And what is truly meant for you will begin finding its way with greater clarity. You are not being asked to force the outcome. You are being invited to trust the unfolding. On July 1st, Jupiter in Leo will square Chiron and Taurus. Old questions around worthiness may surface, not to diminish your confidence, but to remind you of who you've always been. Your value isn't something you earn, it's something you remember. On July 4th, Mars will conjunct Uranus and Gemini. A conversation, an idea, an unexpected realization, something shifts. Stay curious before reacting. The breakthrough may arrive when you least expect it. On July 4th as well, Mars and Gemini will sextile Neptune and Aries. Your intuition and your actions begin working together. So move from inspiration, not obligation. Trust what quietly keeps calling your heart. On July 5th, Mars and Gemini will trine Pluto and Aquarius. Your voice carries more power than you realize. So speak what feels true. Share what you've been holding back. Authenticity creates momentum. On July 6th, the Sun in Cancer will square Saturn and Aries. The feelings you've been avoiding may be asking for your attention, not for judgment, but for understanding. So sometimes healing begins simply by listening. On July 7th, Neptune will station retrograde in Aries. So the fog begins to lift, patterns become visible, and old stories become easier to recognize. Awareness creates freedom. On July 9th, Venus will enter the sign of Virgo. Love becomes quieter, more intentional, more grounded. Healing isn't found in grand gestures, it's found in consistency. On July 10th, Venus and Virgo will trine Chiron and Taurus. Real love feels safe, consistent, reciprocal. So let your self-worth guide what you accept. On July 12th, the Sun in Cancer will conjunct Mercury in Cancer. A memory, conversation, or realization may return, not to pull you backward, but to show you how far you've come. On July 13th, Venus in Virgo will square Uranus and Gemini. Where are you holding on too tightly? Make sure you create space, not distance. Space for healthier connections to grow. On July 14th, we have the new moon in Cancer. A beautiful new beginning begins within. What makes you feel safe, supported, nourished? Build your future from that place. On July 15th, Uranus and Gemini will sextile Neptune and Aries. A new vision is emerging, so trust what is evolving. You're not losing your way, you're outgrowing old maps. On July 18th, Uranus and Gemini will trine Pluto and Aquarius. Transformation doesn't always arrive through struggle. Sometimes it arrives through awakening. So stay open to the possibilities that are unfolding before you. On July 19th, Mars and Gemini will sextile Saturn and Aries. Progress doesn't need to be fast to be meaningful. Consistency is building something that will last. On July 20th, Jupiter in Leo will trine Neptune in Aries and then will oppose Pluto in Aquarius. Jupiter expands your dreams while reminding you to choose wisely. Not every opportunity is yours. Discernment protects your energy. On July 21st, Jupiter in Leo will sextile Uranus and Gemini. Unexpected opportunities can arrive, so stay open. The breakthrough may look different than you imagined. On July 22nd, the Sun enters the sign of Leo. It's time to stop hiding. Your gifts were never meant to stay unseen, so lead with authenticity. On July 23rd, Mercury will station direct in the sign of Cancer. Clarity begins returning. The pieces start fitting together. So trust what becomes obvious once you stop forcing answers. On July 24th, Mercury in Cancer will sextile Venus and Virgo. So gentle conversations heal. Tell people they matter, and simple words often carry the deepest medicine. On July 25th, Neptune in Aries forms a sextile to Pluto in Aquarius. Something old is ready to be released, an identity, a belief, a story you've outgrown. So trust the clearing. What is leaving is making space for a more aligned version of you to emerge. On July 26th, Saturn will station retrograde in Aries. The pace is going to start to slow, not to stop you, but to help you realign. So review your commitments, choose what supports the future you're building, and release what no longer does. On July 27th, the Sun in Leo will oppose Pluto in Aquarius. Strong emotions may rise to the surface. Pause before you react. Not every trigger belongs to the present moment. There is wisdom waiting beneath what you're feeling. Later that day, the Sun will trine Neptune. The noise quiets, your intuition becomes clearer, so trust the inspiration that's gently finding its way to you. Not every path needs to be planned before you begin. The Sun will then sextile Uranus that same day. A new possibility begins to emerge. A more authentic, courageous version of you is ready to step forward, so trust what feels aligned. Your next chapter begins by saying yes to who you're becoming. The month culminates with the Aquarius Full Moon on July 29th. So celebrate how far you've come. Celebrate your community. Celebrate the future that's taking shape. You were never meant to do this alone. July isn't asking you to become someone different, it's asking you to become more fully yourself. This month teaches you that your worth has never been something to earn. Letting go creates space for new beginnings. Healing happens through consistency. Trust grows through awareness. Authenticity opens the right doors, and the future unfolds one aligned step at a time. You are releasing what no longer fits. You are remembering who you are. You are opening to possibilities that couldn't arrive until you were ready. So trust what is unfolding. It isn't happening to you, it's happening for the person you're becoming. And now I'll pass it to Chrisanne, who will open the Akashic Records and share a transmission for this month's energy.
Thank you, Sarah. So I am going to be doing some card pulls, and we're going to see, in addition, not only to the cards, what's going to be happening for July, but also I'm going to be listening to my guides, my spirit animals, everybody. So we'll see what the Akashic Records have in store for us for July of 2026. I am using the Mystic Art Medicine cards. The first one is the card of Guardians. We are protected. Our guides are with us. Our guardians are with us. They're keeping us grounded and rooted in what it is that we want, need, and desire to do for this month. When the Guardians card comes in, it is telling us you are more protected than you realize. You are more guided than you realize. You have much more protection around you than you realize. The Guardians have been here on a soul level for you through many, many, many lifetimes. And in this lifetime, they're stepping forward because this is the month that is speaking that, you know what, you need to do what you need to do, and they are going to help us get us there. Interestingly enough, the next card I pulled is the card of forgiveness. This card is to keep us with a clearer heart. It is not for the other person. It is for us. And whenever I get this card in a reading, I always have to say, pay attention to the emotions that you put into something. Are you wasting space with that feelings that you now need to release and let go? So when the forgiveness card comes in, it's a reminder. It's a reminder that you can free yourself from that baloney that was never meant to be something to hold you back. Don't allow it to hold you back. The next card I'm pulling, funny enough, is the card of open heart. You need to have an open heart, enough to forgive, but not enough that your heart falls out. So have an open heart for yourself. And when this open heart card comes in, it is saying, allow your heart to be free. You know, your heart chakra runs in the front of your body and in the back of your body. So allow that here and here to be free. You don't need to carry the weight of the world on you. Allow that to let it go with that forgiveness card, knowing your guides and your guardians are with you in order to facilitate that, to allow that to happen. And when the open heart card is there, it is saying this is not only possible, probable, but it's going to happen. Because, and then the next card I pulled is the card of core healing. This is a powerful month. When the core healing card comes in, it is saying we are going to be doing healing on such a deep soul level. There's that open heart card that relates to this core healing. And so that is saying allow this to be so you can heal on such a deeper level. Once you forgive, move past all of that baloney that you've been carrying this lifetime. How many lifetimes? You know, a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, every time we reincarnate with the same soul family, the same souls that drive us nuts, that irk us, that push us to where we need to be, don't need to be, those that are coming forward to give us the lessons. Forgive ourselves for putting up with some of that for as long as we have, so we can heal our heart and have that soul healing on a deep level that will continue through lifetimes. This is the month of being productive and proactive with that healing and not just holding all of that in, that stuck kind of energy. When we release it and let it go, we can be so much freer. Now, I did pull a crystal. Well, they pulled a crystal for this month. And the crystal for this month is moss agate. Size doesn't always matter when it comes to crystals. Sometimes it does, but in this case, it doesn't. So this is a tumbled stone, and this is one that you can carry. You can put it in your garden. You can leave it on your altar. You can put it in your pocketbook. Moss agate is the stone that's going to help you stay grounded. It's going to help you concentrate on what it is that you need to focus on and pay attention to. It is going to help you set your intention on what it is that you need to do as you connect with the earth spirits. Moss agate is one that connects with the earth and connects with nature spirits. In all my gardens, I have pieces of moss agate. So this is a great season to celebrate moss agate, but it is also great for us to connect with our nature spirits, connect with the earth as we focus on our grounding and what our intention is going forward. It's kind of a little powerful stone, even though it's a little teeny tiny little pocket stone. It doesn't have to be some massive piece. It's this size that I put in my gardens. So, powerful stone. And that's the stone for this month, moss agate. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please check out both of our websites. They're linked in every single one of our videos. Like, subscribe, hype, thumbs up for our videos. We would really appreciate it. We need all that lovely energy put into our videos. We would appreciate it. And thank you so much for tuning in. Take care and be free.
Thank you for spending your time with me here at Soul Heart Intuitive. If this episode resonated, please be sure to follow the podcast and share it with someone who may need this message today. And if you're ready to explore your own cosmic blueprint, cycles, and the deeper wisdom guiding your path, you can learn more or book a session at www.soulheartintuitivecoaching.com. Until next time, trust your intuition, stay connected to your truth, and remember to stay connected to the wisdom within you.